Four Giant starters could be set to return and bolster ailing roster is one of the headlines of the New York Post Giants beat writer Paul Schwartz's recent article. Now, Paul joins us now because it's time to talk about who's healthy and who could possibly be back in the lineup for Big Blue. Paul, I read the article. It's almost like Christmas is coming early for Giants fans because you wrote there is a chance four starters, including three important pieces on offense, will be able to play when the Giants suit up again Sunday against the Commanders. Now, who are the four, and how big is it for the team to get these players back?
Could be able to play. Okay, let's we all know that when your team comes back from a little break, we think everything's gonna miraculously be healthy and things like that. But I think there is a chance that they could have four starters back, and I'm sure they'll have some of the starters back. I really do. Let's see, defense first. There's only one guy, Azeez Ojulari. I think he could be back. He's on injured reserve. He's eligible to come off. He's had a nothing season, right? 2 games, 1 sack. They need him badly. I think there's a good chance he'll be back. Now, on offense, 2 offensive linemen, Evan Neal, the rookie right tackle, Ben Bredesen, the still young left guard. If you haven't noticed, the last 2 games without those 2 guys, the run production has been way down, way down. Yeah. It's not all on these guys, but it's definitely not a coincidence. Evan Neal is a beast as a run blocker. Bredesen has really been left guard has been one of those positions. It's kind of been, the Giants just haven't had any answers. Bredesen's been the best answer there. They need him back. I think there's a good chance they'll get him back. Both those guys went out against Jacksonville with knee injuries. Now, also on offense, the Giants aren't getting a big-time receiver, but Daniel Bellinger, the tight end, he could be back. He was working out hard, Brandon, on the field before the game in Dallas on Thanksgiving, running routes. Davis Webb, the third quarterback, was throwing to him. He was wearing a special visor because obviously he's had eye surgery. I think there's a good chance he's back and in the nick of time, really. The Giants need every weapon they can have. Daniel Bellinger, 16 catches on 18 targets. Very efficient.
The one name off that list, Azeez Ojulari, I mean, that pass rush could really use an extra pass rusher, edge rusher coming off that edge. And like you said, I would love to see him, what he can bring to this defense, this Wink Martindale defense throughout the rest of the season if he comes back healthy. So let's talk about some of the players who are maybe not healthy but are getting healthier. Who are some of the guys that they could get back in the not-so-distant future? And is there any timetable on their return?
Yeah, these are a little more sketchy. I mean, I think Fabian Moreau, the cornerback who has been starting, has a chance. Adoree Jackson, who's not on IR, so he can come back anytime. I think this would be wishful thinking that he gets back this quick with an MCL sprain. Those are 2 starting cornerbacks. They're very much missed. Shane Lemieux came back, hurt his toe again. I don't think that's very promising. Aaron Robinson, who was a starting cornerback at the start of the year. There's a chance I think he doesn't play again this year, but I think that'll be interesting to see this week if there's any progress. And of course, the big one, right? The big one. We'll save the biggest one for last, Xavier McKinney. Your guess is as good as mine. He's had those fractures in his fingers from that terrible, accident he had in Cabo, all terrain vehicle. We don't know exactly what happened there. I don't think he's ready to come back now. I would not bet a lot of money that he'll play again this year, but we'll see. These fractures have to heal in his fingers, and they need him. This is a very, I don't know if it's any underrated loss, but that injury that happened not on the field but on a bye week has really been damaging. McKinney and Julian Love formed a very good safety tandem back there. Without him, they're definitely a man short.
Yep, the Giants going to need all hands on deck. They got Commanders, Eagles, Commanders coming up. Again, all hands on deck. Thanks, Paul.
Yep.